So Sophie Cunningham was traded to the Indiana Fever in a trade that a lot of people are really confused at. But for me, I think it makes so much sense for the Indiana Fever to do what they did. Is it annoying them giving up the 8th pick? Yes, but there's a possibility if they are going for added in free agency that they might not be able to afford to keep the 8th.
Things take an unexpected twist, delivering the moment we've all anticipated. Sophie Cunningham has officially stepped in, standing strong to defend Caitlin Clark against the relentless bullying she has endured in the WNBA.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. Like, I would love to play with her.
And let's just say, not everyone is thrilled about it. Here's what they are not telling you. The Indiana Fever locker room just got a serious refresh, and it wasn't by chance. Alyssa Smith, who appeared more focused on passive-aggressive subtweets than true teamwork, is now with the Dallas Wings. And that's where things take a wild turn.
From the Mercury, down by 8. Sky kicks it to Cunningham. 3 on the way is good. No foul is called, and now tempers are flaring.
Meanwhile, Sophie Cunningham has arrived, and she's making one thing clear. No one lays a finger on Caitlin Clark without consequences. This changes everything. Let's talk about it. Because this isn't just about basketball anymore. When Caitlin Clark went down with that brutal injury, real teammates should have rallied around her, offering support. Instead, what we saw was some shady behavior that had fans raising eyebrows.
Is that normal? What are you talking? Is it normal? I just try to help her up. She gonna stick her little booty out like that. Now we viral. You held on, and then you was like on the way back to the defense. Girl, you're not.
Instead of standing up for Caitlin Clark, one so-called teammate decided to engage on social media with the very player who took her out. And who are we talking about? Alyssa Smith. Let's be real. Smith wasn't exactly lighting up the scoreboard or elevating team chemistry, but it was her actions off the court that truly sealed her fate. When the Fever needed unity, she chose pettiness. And trust me, Caitlin Clark took notes. Enter Sophie Cunningham. A player who has never shied away from physicality, never hesitated to stand up for her teammates, and certainly never been afraid to clap back at the WNBA's so-called gatekeepers.
So come back from Sophie, too.
She's not going to back down. We saw that last year, too.
Oh, yeah. She's got tenacity for days.
Coppers. So Copper and her went at it, too.
So our officiating crew, led by crew chief Eric.
Sophie Cunningham has been a fan of Caitlin Clark for a while, respecting her relentless work ethic and game-changing ability. But now, she's not just an admirer, she's a protector. And that's exactly what Clark needs in a league that seems determined to break her down. This is where things go completely off the rails. Sophie isn't just a shooter, she's an enforcer. The kind of player who will stare down anyone who tries to get away with cheap shots or underhanded tactics. And now, she's in Indiana, ready to ride for Clark like never before. If you thought that was shocking, wait until you see this. Let's be honest, the Fever didn't trade in Alyssa Smith just for basketball reasons. It was a culture shift, and a necessary one. Sophie Cunningham stepping in means the days of passive-aggressive teammates and internal drama are over. Caitlin Clark finally has a squad of veterans and enforcers who will have her back when things get physical. Because let's not pretend the targeting is stopping anytime soon.
So things getting very spicy here in the desert with the Mystics up 38-30 with 3:41 to go in the second quarter. The play has been physical for sure.
Smith's departure isn't just a roster move. It's a statement. The Indiana Fever are done with distractions and are ready to be a serious contender. They refuse to let one player's negativity hold them back. With Sophie Cunningham in the mix, Caitlin Clark finally has some real muscle in her corner. But she's not alone. Indiana has been making power moves, stacking the roster with star-studded veterans to support their franchise player. The message is clear. The Fever are building a team that won't just compete, they'll fight.
The right choice in a big picture. I think
Sophie Cunningham is part of Indiana's new veteran-heavy lineup, one that won't tolerate nonsense. With her toughness and leadership, the Fever are ready to unleash a rejuvenated, battle-ready Caitlin Clark. Grab your popcorn. This is about to get into
PG there, a steal. Cunningham from the corner for a three. She hits it, and she's fouled. A chance to tie.
Fever just flipped the script. They are no longer the young team getting pushed around. They're the ones setting the tone now. The biggest game changer? Sophie Cunningham isn't just another off-season signing. She's a culture shift, a statement, a wake-up call to the rest of the WNBA that Indiana is done playing soft. 4 years, the Fever have been an afterthought, just happy to scrape by and make the playoffs. But with Cunningham's arrival, that mindset is getting tossed out like yesterday's news.
By the much taller Candace Parker, shot clock into single digits. Nice take by Sophie, and an opportunity for a three-point play.
Sophie brings respect, hustle, and a relentless winning mentality, all things this Indiana squad has been missing. She's the kind of player who will get in your face, drain a three, and make sure you hear about it. She plays with a chip on her shoulder, a fire that ignites entire teams. And she's exactly the kind of warrior Caitlin Clark needs by her.
Sophie Cunningham. Sophie, what was working for you tonight?
Man, guys, you know, I'm turning 28. I'm getting old out here, so I'm just maturing. I'm seeing the ball off the rim better. I don't know.
You're just coming into your prime, sister.
Hey, that's what
But that was just the tip of the iceberg. For too long, the Fever have relied on young talent with potential. But potential doesn't win championships. Mentality does. Cunningham has been in high-pressure battles, faced tough matchups, and proved time and time again that she's built for the fight. This isn't just about skill. It's about heart, toughness, and refusing to be pushed around. And this is where things start getting dangerous.
on here as of late.
The Carly fist pump is undefeated.
S&I guard sensing that Minnesota is figuring things out. Cunningham buries.
The moment Sophie Cunningham steps on the court in an Indiana Fever jersey, everything changes. No more timid play. No more backing down. No more getting bullied. This is a new era. While Indiana gains a fierce competitor in Cunningham, they are also shedding dead weight in the form of N.A. Smith. There was a time when Smith was seen as a cornerstone for the Fever's future, a young star on the rise. But that time has passed. Smith had all the tools, athleticism, size, and flashes of brilliance. But what she lacked was presence. When Caitlin Clark was getting battered and bruised on the court, Smith wasn't exactly sprinting to her defense. Instead, she seemed more invested in social media drama, engaging with the very people taking cheap shots at her own teammate. That's not leadership. That's not a winning mentality. That's dead.
Can you finally admit, in front of me and everybody else, that you dragged it?
How did I drag it? I helped you up.
Bro, because nobody holds on to... So you be helping everybody up like that?
Have you ever seen me do that?
I'm asking if that's normal.
We're not talking about everybody.
Is that normal?
We're talking about you.
Is that normal?
What are you talking about?
Is it normal?
I just try to help her up. She gotta stick her little booty out like that. Now we viral.
You held on, and then you was like...
Let's be real. Her move to Dallas isn't some fresh start where she suddenly transforms into a superstar. She's stepping into the shadow of Satu Saberly, a player who actually made an impact, who led, who fought for every possession. Smith. She's just another piece in the rotation now. Her days as a promising young star are over. She's a role player, a bench contributor at best.
Probably sheds off her former Oregon Duck teammate, Sabrina.
Next voice 13. The Fever won't miss her. They upgraded. Cunningham and Smith are two completely different players. And let's just say one is built for greatness while the other is fading into irrelevance. Sophie is a leader, an enforcer, a game changer. Smith? She's just another player who never quite lived up to the hype.
No dream player with over 2 fouls. Nas Hillman, the only player coming off the bench with 2, as Sophie Cunningham drains her first bucket for her.
While Smith settles into a supporting role in Dallas, Cunningham is about to become the backbone of Indiana's new identity. She's here to protect Caitlin Clark, make sure cheap shots and bullying don't go unchecked, and, most importantly, bring a championship mindset to a team that desperately needed one. This isn't just a roster move, it's a power shift. The Indiana Fever are done being a punching bag. With Cunningham in the mix, they are ready to fight back.
Backdoor cut, Cunningham, catch and shoot, good.
Sophie Cunningham did not play in the last game. She was in concussion protocol.
Let's not beat around the bush. Indiana Fever is now the hottest ticket in town. And with veterans like Sophie Cunningham in the mix, this team isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about business, entertainment, and reshaping the WNBA landscape for years to come. For too long, WNBA teams struggled to consistently draw national attention. That's no longer a problem for Indiana. With Caitlin Clark leading the charge, every Fever game is must-see television. But what takes it to another level is a veteran presence of players who bring star power, attitude, and a marketable persona. Sophie Cunningham isn't just a tough competitor. She's a brand. She has the personality, the grit, and the media appeal to drive engagement. She's the kind of player fans either love or love to hate. And that's exactly what the WNBA needs right now. Players who spark conversations, sell jerseys, and get people emotionally invested.
I think it's a fun time to be a part of the W. I truly believe that. I think the skill and the talent has always been there, but now it's just the viewership. And so I give a big old clap to the rookie class. I think that's a lot to deal with when you're at that age and you have that many eyes on you. But I think they've done a great job in the league as well. I think the physicality and all that they're going to get used to, but I think especially Caitlin Clark, she's been killing it. And I'm a huge fan, and I never say that, but I think it's fun what she's doing. When it comes to viewership, man, I think a lot of people have a lot to learn about our league, but I think that's a really fun thing. And if you have really anything negative to say about all the viewership and everything that this rookie class is doing, I just think that you're not capitalizing on it and you might be a little jealous. So for me, I'm all for.
And let's be real, this isn't just about WNBA numbers anymore. Indiana Fever games could soon rival or even surpass NBA regular season broadcasts in viewership. The hype around Caitlin Clark has already pushed WNBA ratings to record highs, and now, with a perfect supporting cast of battle-tested veterans, this momentum is only going to skyrocket.
12 on the shot clock. Cunningham lines up, drains another three in this quarter.
And Cunningham one of the first, I think, young coaches, to really use social media to the advantage.
Sophie Cunningham.
If there's one player who can light up an arena without even touching the ball, it's Sydney Coulson. She's a whole mood, a walking viral moment waiting to happen. Whether it's her animated bench reactions, on-court antics, or ability to fire up teammates and fans alike, Coulson brings the kind of electric energy that makes games unforgettable.
Heading back. See y'all on Tuesday.
Every great championship team needs that one player who keeps the locker room alive, lifts spirits, and makes sure no one gets too comfortable. That's Sydney Coulson. When the stakes are high and tensions rise, she's the one keeping everyone locked in, but loose. She's not just a spark plug. She's a generator that keeps the whole operation running. Let's be honest. Caitlin Clark's game is pure magic, but even the greatest players need structure and reliability around them. That's where Damiris Dantas and Natasha Howard step in. Borna has been around the block. She knows what it takes to make deep playoff runs. She brings scoring, defense, and championship experience, serving as a steady, calming presence when the pressure is at its highest.
Did not play in the last game. She was in concussion protocol. Circus shot by Cunningham.
Cunningham on the drive. Wheeler from behind knocked it away. Cunningham pulls it back down and rattles in a bit.
Howard is here to fill every gap that could threaten Indiana's success. Need rebounding? She's got it. Need defensive stops? That's her specialty. Need a veteran to keep the team united when adversity hits? She's the one. These two aren't just role players. They're essential puzzle pieces ensuring Caitlin Clark's magic translates into real championship success. The Indiana Fever are no longer just a team to watch. They're the team to beat. With a perfect blend of star power, veteran leadership, and sheer commercial appeal, They have everything in place to dominate the WNBA landscape.
Stay locked in, as Steph said, keep the main thing, and it's a process. We want to be better than we were as Steph says, I got this from her too, but better than we are in May, than June. You know, in July, you can't really think about winning a final or a championship. This league is tough. Every game is going to be tough. The league has changed so much, so it's going to be a building block. So can't get too high, can't get too low, and once the team come around and everybody gets together, it's just starting from ground zero. It's a totally different team, and I can't really focus on, people saying we're going to win a final or go to the finals. It's going to be what we do.
Caitlin Clark was already the biggest name in women's basketball. But now, with this fearless squad behind her, she's leading a revolution. Every game will be televised, every highlight will go viral, and every arena will be packed. And when the 2025 WNBA Finals roll around, you can be sure all eyes will be on the IndianaFever.so. What do you think? Did Indiana just make the best move of the season? Will Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark become the league's most dangerous duo? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe for more WNBA updates.
Caitlin, what are your thoughts on all the moves so far and the state of this team?
I'm really excited. I think Kelly and Amber have done a really good job of, finding pieces that fit. It makes me excited about the future, obviously, with Steph and her staff coming in here, and my ability to work out with Keith all offseason has been really fun, but it's been fun. I got to work out with DB, and as some offseason leagues and overseas stuff kind of wraps up, a lot of them will start getting back, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to get in the gym and be with my teammates and, just start putting the pieces together and see what works, what doesn't work. But I think we're going to have a lot of different options to do a lot of different things, and I think that's what's super exciting about it.